You're good now. I
All right.
unmuted you. Yes.
Okay. So let me introduce Rhonda Boyle to you guys. She is a transformational leader and the founder of Rhonda Knight Boyle, a coaching and consulting company utilizing Clifton Strength strategies. If you do not know about Strength Finder, you will want to know more about that. And we will be talking more about that in the future. But today we have her on for another reason. I had the opportunity, I'm going to say it was a God thing, to meet her at All About Chaw one time. It just one of those things, like we just kind of saw each other at this meeting, hit it off. I am not one to typically write a little note to somebody before they leave a meeting, but I was like, she's not leaving without my information or me having her information. And so for me, that was a big thing. We got in contact with each other and have been growing our relationship ever since. She has done some speaking for my team. I know that she's done some for Sunshine's team also. She is all about the law of attraction. She has the money game, which I will tell you, if you want to attract some more money, attend her money game. She is the author of Dive into Strengths, an exploration into the very best you. She can be heard on the Oklahoma Talking Company podcast network and is the host of Activate Your Strengths show. She writes, speaks about living a life of contribution using your innate natural talents, and is an enthusiastic advocate of positive strengths-based psychology. All that to say, she is much more fun than all of those words. She brings life to the party for sure. So I don't know. I can't see, Rhonda. Do you have pink on today in your hair or not?
I always have pink on somewhere. It must be somewhere.
Is it in the hair somewhere? I'm not seeing
it. It is just a little.
Right. A little.
Sometimes I look like I fell into the Easter egg dye, but not today. But I probably will by tomorrow.
By tomorrow?
Yeah, because I think my daughter is ready to do my hair tonight. I'm like, okay, cool. It's something else having a beautician living or a hairstylist living with you. So
yes.
Anyway, I am so excited to be here with y'all. Oh my gosh, look at all of these faces, and I recognize many of you because we have played with gangster money in the Spend the Money game, and I sure hope that you will play a future game. We've got one going on that we're already on day 5, I think, so we've closed the door on that one, but that game, what some of you may or may not realize, that game exercises the actual muscle that you have to exercise, and that's your imagination, in order to really have great success with law of attraction. So I wanted to ask, am I just taking over? Because I'll do that. Am I good taking over? I can't see you, Shauna. I mean, I can't tell.
Yes, ma'am, you are.
That's okay. All right.
Got it.
I get the controls and everything, y'all. So here's what I'm going to suggest that you do is strap yourself in, get your notebook ready, your pen in hand, because I want you to take some notes. And I'm going to tell you how you can increase the opportunity for sharing what you have and the gifts that you have been given, whether that's oil or anything else, Young Living or anything else in your life. So here's what I want to do. I'm going to share my screen. Let's see. And you're going to have to bear with me because techie stuff is like not my favorite thing. So I think that I can operate that from here. And then here's what else I would love to do is I'm going to just hide us for about 30 minutes so that you can put your attention on what I'm talking about today. And then I'll open it up again and we will have some Q&A. How about that? So let me ask you, as we get started, how many of you have ever caught yourselves using words like coincidence or serendipity, maybe, Or how about synchronicity or fate? Or maybe you've had something that has just come to you out of the blue. Have you ever had anything like that happen, or have something just absolutely fall in your lap? So I know that that's happened to each and every one of you. And I want to show you, I'm going to show you later why it happens. And you're going to start to recognize it happening more in your life after this evening. Now, I know it may not be you, but maybe it's somebody that you know who keeps attracting negative things in their lives, just over and over and over again. I'm sure it's not you, but you know somebody like that, don't you? Well, so let me just share with you that both of these scenarios that I just described are because of law of attraction. So whether it's something positive that you're attracting or whether it's something negative that you're attracting, it is absolutely law of attraction in action. Whether you like it or not, or whether you believe it or not, whether you understand it or not, law of attraction is existing in your life right now. You may know of it as the law of sowing and reaping, okay? Now, here's the challenge. I can't really prove it to anybody. You know, I can't put it in a petri dish or a test tube or pass it around or show you something and say, hey, this is law of attraction. Do you believe me now? Absolutely, I cannot do that. But what if you left here today with some tools and strategies that you can use to tap into this mysterious law of attraction and get results immediately? And I'm going to tell you that it's not as mysterious as we make it out to be. Now, I just have a little bit to go here, and I'm going to use something, I'm going to ask you to write things down every once in a while so that you can take notes. I'll point out certain things that are important, and I may repeat myself on some things because it's important that you be able to start to integrate all of these techniques, and repetition is the teacher. So I'm going to assume that that's okay. Those are accelerated learning techniques, but here's the thing. You're going to learn in the next little bit why you're attracting negative things, because you know that I know that you are. And so what's up with that? How can those of us who are kind, loving, amazing people, which I know you guys all are, how can we possibly be attracting negative things? Well, you're going to figure out why. And more importantly, you're going to be able to stop doing that, stop attracting negative things, and you're going to start to attract the positive things. All right. So let me just give you, I'm going to start with a definition here. Hang on, I realized that I have not advanced my slides. So sorry about that. But here's what I want you to write down. I want you to write down, because this is the definition of law of attraction. Okay. This is the definition that I use. I attract to my life and business whatever I give my energy, attention, and focus to. All right. Now, I'm sure you might be thinking, wow, is that really all there is to it? That's all I need to do? That's a pretty good deal. I just have to give something my attention, my energy, and my focus. Well, but I'm not done. And here I'm going to give it to you again. It's whether positive or negative. Okay. So you have to put that at the end. I attract to my life and business whatever I give my energy, my attention, and focus to, whether positive or negative. You see, a lot of people have this mistaken idea, and you may hear them, oh, the universe sent me something. You know, they have this funny way of talking that says that the law of attraction is getting the credit for the positive things in their lives. But guess what? Everything you're attracting, everything that you are attracting is because of this law of attraction. So it's important for you to find out what it is and to learn how to control it. How do I stop negative things? Well, that's what I'm going to show you today. But here's the bottom line. It's all about vibes. Okay? Everything about law of attraction has to do with vibes. And I'm sure you've used the word vibe before. You know, it's like you might say, wow, are the vibes ever good around that lady? You know, Shauna and I, her vibes were great. I was attracted to her when we met. you know, or maybe you've been around somebody that's you're like, whoa, that is a negative, is that guy got a negative vibe, you know? But the word vibe is really just a 4-letter word, a cute little 4-letter word that really comes from the longer word vibration. All right, and so that's it. You know, what I want to do real quick here is just demystify the word vibe. It's no mystery. It's a vibration, and we see vibrations, we feel vibrations. You guys talk about the vibrations of the oils, right? And so you know that certain oils will raise your energy. That's what we're talking about, okay? So a vibe is simply a feeling. All right, so a vibration is a vibe, and then a vibe is just a mood or a feeling. So I want you to write that down because it's important that you understand when people are talking about the vibes that you're putting off or that somebody is putting off, they're talking about the mood that people are putting off, right? So right now, all of us are putting off, or all of us have a mood or a feeling. You know, even if you deny you have a mood or a feeling right now, you still have a mood or a feeling, right? Even if you don't know what it's called, you still have a mood or a feeling. And that mood or feeling is causing you to emit or put off a vibe. So right now, each and every one of us is putting off a vibration. It's just what we're doing, and we're not even doing it on purpose. So I'm going to teach you today how to be a deliberate sender of your vibration. Now, here's what you need to know. First of all, that there are really only 2 kinds of vibes. So write that down, 2 kinds of vibrations, and they are positive or negative. And that's it. There are 2 kinds, only positive or negative. Now, let me just share with you, I just want to kind of take a side note here and share that I used to work in corporate America for a Fortune 100 company. And this is a long time ago. I've been at home and now retired, you know, for so long. But I worked in 5 different positions within the company. And in each one of those roles, I had a job description. And at the very last, I'm sure if any of you have had any time and had a performance review and seen a job description, at the very bottom, it says, and other duties as assigned, which really meant do whatever they tell you, right? Or you're in trouble. Have any of you had that kind of job description? So the job description, though, of law of attraction is really easy, okay? As a matter of fact, it's only 2 words long. You see, law of attraction is this universal energy around us. And like I said before, I can't even prove it, but you can, and I'm going to share with you how to later on, and you're going to be able to get your own proof. Now, as a matter of fact, I'll just say that if any of you have ever used words like fate or karma or, oh, it was meant to be, or everything happens for a reason, you are actually talking about the evidence of law of attraction. So, you know, whenever you say, wow, is that a coincidence? It's really law of attraction in action. But here, you know, my job here today is really to teach you how to have deliberate moments like that, because those are happening to you that you're doing actually by default, whatever it is, right? And so the job description, let me go back to that. The job description for law of attraction is really easy. It's 2 words long, and here they are. It is match vibrations. That's it. Whatever you send out, you get back because it's matching the vibration. Now, can you imagine if there was some type of vibrational meter reader that we could put out there, you know, that could test the vibration? But we really don't have anything like that, right? Because you see, the law of attraction doesn't have a brain, and it doesn't have a conscience. It doesn't make decisions. It doesn't decide. It doesn't have favoritism, and it's not prejudice. You know what it is? It is obedient. That's it. It's just obedient. And right now it's eavesdropping on our conversation and in the room you're in, because at every moment, everybody has a mood or a feeling, and that mood or feeling is emitting a vibration and energy that goes out and then comes back to you exactly what you sent out. Okay, so it's responding. Life sends you what you ask for in the form of how you feel, and you always get more of what you ask for. So that's all that law of attraction is. It's just matching your vibrations. Now, it would be cool if I had a handheld vibrational meter reader and I could give myself a little scan and find out where my vibes are, or I could give you a scan or anybody else, right? And, you know, there's no such thing as a vibrational meter reader in your hand, but guess what? You all have one internally. You have an internal vibrational meter reader, and you know what it's called? It's called your feelings. That's it. It's your feelings. So your feelings are an indicator of whether you're putting off or sensing or giving out a positive or negative vibration. So I want to do a little exercise, and y'all are just going to have to write it out here, or you can chat, pop it in the chat box. That would be good too. But I want to start with, this is our vibrational meter reader. Wouldn't that be kind of cool if we had one of those? But I want to start with negative vibrations. Now here's some. You may want to make some notes on this. So these are some moods and feelings that would put out. Can you read these words that are on the screen now and recognize that every one of them puts out a negative vibration? You know, depression, greedy, sadness, bitterness, victim, all of these words bring on a negative vibration. Let me check here. I see a chat, and I want to make sure that somebody is having problems. Okay, we've got somebody who's going to watch the recording. So sorry to hear about that. All right, so these are negative feelings. These are negative moods. These are negative thoughts that infiltrate your mind that then cause you to send out a negative vibration, and you end up attracting even more of it in just different ways in your life. You know, you don't intentionally recognize that you don't recognize that you're sending out that negative vibration. You know, it's not like we're ever angry and we go, wow, am I ever mad? I'm going to send out a negative, angry vibration. We don't say that. It just happens without us thinking about it, you know? Because you know as well as I do that you can stand beside somebody and pick up on their negative vibration, right? So a vibe is not something that you can smell or taste or hear or see. A vibe is something that you feel. All right. So let me see here. There are, you know, we were talking about negatives. Now let's talk about positives. Well, let's see. I messed up my slides there. Let's talk about the positives, because these are some positive words or positive things and feelings and positive ways of being that will create for you a positive vibration, right? And so this is where you want to spend most of your time. So sometimes you are winding up on the negative. Let's go back a second. Most of the time you are winding up here through the words you use. And I'm going to show you about that in just a second. So in fact, I want to just pretend for just a minute that we have 4 big boxes here. And I'm going to show you really how it works in a very simplified manner, okay? And how you impact law of attraction. Now, let's pretend for just a minute we have 4 big boxes. Here they are, 4 boxes. And I'm going to put one of them. I'm going to take one of these boxes, and I'm going to take, let's say that I take the dictionary and I cut up all the words and I shake it up and I put all of these words inside this dictionary, I'm sorry, inside this box. I'm going to end up having a box of words. All right, so this is our first box. I want to pretend that we have 4. So if I reach out or reach down inside the box of words and I pull out some of these words, I will string them together and I will create thoughts. All right, so the words I use create the thoughts that come into my head. All right, so there you go. Our second box is a box of thoughts. And if I reach down inside this box of thoughts and I pull out a thought, and if I'm going to think it for a minute or two and I hold that thought, it causes me to send out that vibration. All right, so now I have a box of vibes. All right, now guess what? If I reach into my box of vibes and I pull out a vibe and I think, ugh, this is ugly. Why am I having a negative vibe? Well, if we walk backwards, we can see that we have a negative vibe because we had negative thoughts. And what's inside those thoughts are negative words. All right, so the words that I use form the thoughts that I'm thinking that form the vibrations that I send out. And as I hold any vibration, whether it's positive or negative, the law of attraction is out there checking and checking and checking. And what does it do when it finds a vibration that's negative or positive? It matches it, right? It matches it. So this is what happens is we come down here and we send out that vibration, and then we end up coming to our final box, which is results. Okay, so if you look into your results box, what are the 2 kinds of results that you could be getting? They can only be 2 kinds, and it's the same type of vibes that you're sending out, the same type of thoughts that you're having, the same type of words that you're using. They're either positive or negative. So if you reach into your results box, or if you're looking at your business, or you're looking at an area of your life, and you're thinking, wow, why is this not happening for me? Or why am I not getting the results that I want? Why are people not buying my stuff? Why can't I sell anything? Why is nobody joining my team? Why does every deal fall apart at the last minute? Well, guess what? The reason you're getting negative things is because you had a negative vibration. And the reason you had a negative vibration is because you had a negative thought. And what was inside that negative thought that caused the negative vibe is, of course, the negative words. And I think I have them here. So listen, here's the deal. The only way that you can get a different result is to change your vibration, because it's the vibration that leads to the results. It's the vibration that leads to what you're able to see. That's really the reality. The things are already here. You just don't see them because of the way you're thinking, you know? And so this is what happens and what causes you the problems. And the only way that you can change it is to change your vibration. Okay? Now, here's one way. I'm going to teach you how to change your vibration very quickly. And it will help you change your, the way you're thinking. So how many of you recognize, or you know where to find the little reset button on the back of a machine, or the reset button on your phone? You know where that is, right? And so what that means, of course, when your phone breaks down or your computer or whatever it is, you press your reset button, it says that it's going to fix it, right? So guess what? What if I told you that besides your internal vibrational meter reader, and remember, that's your feelings, you also have a reset button. And I bet you'd like to know more about that. Now, you can come down to your results box. Let me make sure here. hang on, let me see here. I'm thinking I'm getting my slides messed up. And hold on, let me go back here. So what I want to do is, if we want to go to our reset button for just a second, and I'm going to tell you, you have to start, of course, with your words. Now, let me tell you that I've got some good news and I have some bad news. Okay, the good news is that there are 3 words in your word box that are creating negative results, and you don't even know it, okay? And the bad news is that most people are using these 3 words 300 times before lunch. Like, I'm not even kidding. So I'm going to give you some homework between now and the rest of your life. Are you ready for this? So if I'm down in my word box and there's these 3 words, and I'm going to pull them out, okay? So here's the first one. The first word is don't. Don't. This word is causing you so much trouble in your life, I promise. And here's the next one, not. This is the second word, and here's the third word. It's only 2 little words and 2 little letters, and it causes you a big, big problem, okay? Now, let me tell you that it's not the words themselves that are negative. I can say don't touch or no onions, please, and that's not negative. But, well, I mean, it could be, but every time I use the words don't, not, and no, I just brought attention, energy, and focus to that which I did not want in my life, okay? So if your law of attraction and you are eavesdropping, let me see, we have a chat here. All right, we're good. So if you guys have questions, I see the little blinking thing, so let me know and I'll stop to look because I can't not see it. Okay, so listen, if your law of attraction and you're eavesdropping on everything I'm giving my attention to, and I say something like, I don't want my party to cancel, what did I just give my attention to? A canceling party, right? A canceling presentation, a canceling class. Or I don't want this to be hard. What did I just give my attention to? Difficulty, right? And don't you love it when somebody says, well, don't be ashamed? Well, I wasn't until you brought it up, right? So yes, don't hesitate to call me. Oh, stop it. Y'all can't do that. Instead, call me as soon as you can, you know? So yes, we put these things, Sunshine, great example. We put these words in so many places in our lives. Don't be disappointed. This is not a scam. Some of you guys who live in Oklahoma City, there's a billboard, or there was, on I-35 for a furniture company. And they used to have they had a sign, they had a sales guy standing there. And the sign said, our salespeople are not scammers. Now listen, here's the issue. It's not just that they give attention to that. It's that the brain is blank. It goes blank with the word no. All right, I'm going to give you an example, right? And I want confirmation here in the chat box. You guys tell me whether or not this happens. You cannot not give attention, energy, and focus if I tell you, do not picture the Statue of Liberty. Who just saw that in their head? Did you see the Statue of Liberty? Yeah, every one of you saw it. And I told you not to look at it. And you did it anyway. You see, the brain doesn't hear and understand the word don't. It doesn't. And so when you give your attention to things that you don't want, it doesn't hear it. It thinks you do want that problem. You know, we don't, it just becomes an issue. All right. So when you look at that thing that you said you didn't want and you pointed to it and say, that's exactly what I said I didn't want. All week I've been saying that. And there you go. Right. You get it anyway. Is it starting to make sense why you attract things that you don't want? Is this making sense to you guys? Because here's the truth. The law of attraction, yes, do not tell your children, as I just said, do not. You want to say, walk, please, or you want to say, stop, to stop kids, you know, like if they're about to run out in the street. Yeah. I mean, don't yell, don't run, don't play so loudly, you know, don't talk so loud. How many times do we say no to our kids all day, every day? You know what I'm saying? So you guys know, you've had an experience of someone who has woken up yes, and then we wonder why their first words are no. That's right. You know, it's kind of funny. I know you guys have had the experience where you wake up in the morning and you're just a little bit cranky or irritated. Like, I'm sure it's not you, right? It's somebody that you know, maybe. Well, guess what? Law of attraction is even in your bedroom. And now it's checking and checking and checking. And it catches you, well, not you, but somebody you know, sending out a negative vibration. And then you get out of bed and you stub your toe. Did that match a negative vibe? Yes, it did. And then you run out of coffee. And then you burn your toast. And then the printer breaks down. And then you're late for work. And the day gets worse and worse and worse. And finally you say, ugh, I should have just stayed in bed. And if you said bed, if you finish that sentence, I can tell that you may have tried that technique before, right? So do you see why, though, the day gets worse and worse and worse? Have you people in your life who are Eeyores and they never have a good day and they're constantly complaining? You know, complaining is addictive. People get addictive to that complaining. And so, you know, this you can see why they attract that into their lives. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, we all do this. This is something that people will bust me out some days, you know, especially my family, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, it's important to just remember that these are the words. If you can start paying attention to these words and keep them out of your vocabulary, this is going to be great, right? See, I don't want canceling clients. I don't want to be broke. How many times do we say, I don't want something? All the time. And then we end up getting it, right? Here's some more examples that we've talked about. So, Statue of Liberty. So here we go. Let me just touch real quick on I want to talk about one of the things that we don't do often enough. Let me step back here for just 1 second. Have you ever gotten excited or noticed in your life that when maybe you close a deal or you capture a new order or you find a new teammate and you get so excited about it, right? And you go to ilovemylife.com and you spend the next 10 minutes talking about it and you share with your friends. And yes, I see that, Tina. That's true, right? And so, guess what happens? All of a sudden you get another client, right? Or something else falls into your lap. You know what I'm saying? And then you're like, wow, am I ever on a roll? And so here's the important part to understand about that. You created the role. You created the excitement. You created the energy. You created the vibration of what you wanted. And then you send the vibration out. And then the law of attraction is just pulling to you the people who are ready for your energy. That's really what it is and what it's all about. And so here's the thing. When you celebrate, when you get excited and you celebrate something, and you share with people, you guys need, you know, this gratitude journal is real popular and so forth. You need to be able to count these wins and start keeping evidence, you know, matching, paying attention to the evidence, you know, and celebrating those matches. We really need to brag more and celebrate more and daydream more, instead of working so hard. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the way you're thinking that attracts the ease of your labor and that attracts the right people into your lives. So all of these, when we brag and we celebrate and we daydream, it causes us to attract more of what we want. So your homework, yes, Mary, I know, it's fun to celebrate. Your homework between now and the rest of your life, as I said, is to eliminate those words, don't, not, and no. Of course, you can say no sometimes. You know, if I go to a restaurant, I might say no cilantro, please. And I'm not expecting a truckload of cilantro to fall out of the sky. But when I'm talking about my relationships and my finances and my business and my customers, that's when I want to be very deliberate, because otherwise I'm defaulting, okay? So if you're not sure about what I mean, all you have to do, I'm going to give you a little test. You can test it later. But if you go in and you type in no football, go ahead, somebody do that just for fun. Type in the words no football on your browser. I don't know if you can, on your, maybe you would do it on your phone if you're on your computer. But if you type in no football, I can tell you that what comes up. And I'm going to give you a second to pop it in here if somebody has done that. Very simply, if you type in, yes, you type in no football into your phone, into your browser, guess what you're going to get? You're going to get football. You're going to get New Orleans football, right? You see, the internet strips away don't, not, and no. And it brings you more of what you said you didn't want. Do you understand? When you say, I don't want football, no football, the internet does not see the no, and it brings you football. Yep, isn't that cool? It's an example. The internet strips away certain words, and your mind does too. Your brain does too. It's like shortcut. It thinks it knows what you want, and it skips certain words, all right? Here's another example. If you're a dog owner, some of you love your dogs, right? And so I want you to go home and imagine this, okay? Go home and tell your dog you are not going for a walk. Like, dogs don't hear the word no either. And they don't hear don't, not, and no either. That tail is going to be wagging back and forth. Don't go get your ball. And that dog's going off to get the ball. You see, dogs don't hear don't, not, and no. The internet doesn't hear don't, not, and no. And guess what? Law of attraction doesn't hear or see don't, not, and no. Don't hesitate to call. They're not calling you because you just told them not to. Okay, so the best news of all is you can control this by your reset button that I was telling you about. So every time you use the words don't, not, and no, I want you to write this down because it's super important. It's the key to switching your brain from negative to positive. I promise if you start to say it, it will change your life. You ready? It is, hang on, here it is. So what do I want? This question can change your life. I promise. And it sounds really simple, and guess what? I made it that way, but let's test it out, okay? Here's how it works. What if I said, don't forget? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I just said don't. So what do I want? What do I want? I want to remember, don't I? When you're, yes, Mary, when you're going to the grocery store, don't forget the ice. They did not hear you. They did not hear you. Forget the ice is what their mind heard. Okay. I don't want to be difficult. What do I want? Or I don't want this to be difficult. What do I want? I want it to be easy. This is why they say, have you ever noticed on the doors it says use other door? Because if they were to say don't use this door, everybody and their brother would be opening the wrong door, right? Don't park here. Park over there instead. I just remembered my keys rather than I forgot my keys. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly. So listen, over the next couple of days, tonight and tomorrow for sure, you're going to catch yourself saying don't, not, and no. And that's good because thanks, Nikki, because what it means is that you're more aware of it. Okay? It means you're more aware. So every time you hear don't, not, and no, you're going to hear my voice in your head saying, so what do I want? And here's what happens. You get to go back to those boxes. Hang on. Let me flip through here. These are some of the slides here we go. Let's go back to these boxes, okay? Because what happens when you go back to the boxes and you go from what you don't want to what you do want, the words change. Notice the words changing, okay? I don't want this to be difficult. Means I'm giving attention to difficulty. And if the new way of saying it is, I want it to be easy, when you want it to be easy, your thoughts change. What happened here? Sorry about that. When you change your words, you change your thoughts. When you change your thoughts, you change your vibes. And when you change your vibes, you change your results. Remember what I said to you before is the only way to get a different result is to send a different vibration. That's it. And you'll even find yourself typing the words don't, not, no, and you'll backspace and it'll be kind of fun. So just it'll drive you crazy probably, but it just means you're more aware. And every time when you talk about what you don't want, you give attention to what you don't want. And then law of attraction is obedient. It's going to send you exactly what you don't want. It doesn't know whether you don't want it or not. It doesn't know whether it's good or bad for you, or whether it's healthy or not healthy, or whether it's negative or positive. It's just the law. It really is. And you're going to start to notice it. You know, a lot of people who are law of attraction trainers, they work with, they talk to you about attracting jewels and cars and, boyfriends and, hot chicks and money and all this kind of stuff. And I can make this promise to you very confidently. It is virtually impossible to attract positive things if you have a negative vibe going on. You just can't do it because the negative vibration, and you don't even have to be a negative person, you understand, to attract negative things. You just have to stop talking about what you don't want. Because you know what? Every time you get into these negative spirals and these negative stories, then you end up diluting the positive vibration of what you really want. Okay? Now, here's what I want to show you next. I want to give you a quick bonus. This is what I just said. It's impossible to attract. And so I know that a lot of people want more money. I mean, this is one of the reasons why my husband and I started the Spend the Money game, because we could see that this was a great suffering among people about their money. Okay. But here's the thing. If I were to take out that vibrational meter reader that I showed you before, and I said, hey, let's talk about money, most people are going to go, they're going to start vibrating negatively. Just a question about money creates a negative vibration for most people. So guess what? I don't talk about money in that way, right? Even though we play the money game, what I'm doing there is helping people understand how to use their imagination. But when I'm talking about money, I switch it to abundance. And here's the secret reason why abundance works as opposed to money. And that is because abundance is a feeling. It's a feeling. Money is a thing. Abundance is a feeling. All right. So if I'm standing in my vibe box and I want to send out the vibration of abundance, then what would the law of attraction be doing to it? It would match it, right? So it's going to send me more. If I'm thinking abundantly and I'm looking at things, feeling abundant about the things that I already have, then the law of attraction is going to send me more that will create that feeling for me. But you know what? Here's the sad thing. If I were to ask you or anybody on the street, hey, how many minutes a day do you send the vibration of abundance? other than thinking that I'm crazy, most people are going to go, no, none, zero. So how can you be abundant if you never send the vibration of abundance? The only way to become more abundant is to send that vibration and have those thinking, be thinking abundantly and using abundant words, right? So here's the good news. You are already abundant. You already are. You're just not celebrating it. You're not exercising your abundance muscle. So here's your homework. I'm going to give you more homework for, from now until the rest of your life, right? And when you deem that you have attracted something that has value, then I want you to celebrate it. Stretch it out. How many of you have had someone in the last week or two buy you lunch or dinner or coffee? And you know what? And normally you would just say, thank you so much at the end of the meal. Well, guess what I want you to do now? I want you to stretch that celebration. Go tell somebody, wow, somebody gave, my friend just treated me to Starbucks or whatever, or somebody invited me to a networking meeting. Yes, use abundance oil and say good things about abundance. Exactly. Yep. Lots and lots of ways that you guys listen, we are so abundant. But do you understand that when you focus on the lack of money, the lack of people in your business, the lack of hot prospects, the lack of whatever it is that you're looking at as a loss, instead celebrate the things that are happening and the abundance you already have, you're going to get more of it. Because the longer you do that, the longer the law of attraction has to attract it for you, right? So your job is to start to become a proof seeker. Let me see where I am here. I said that y'all, I'm sorry. I'm just like, slides are not always my friend. I have to catch up here on my slides because I get busy sharing what I have here. So anyway, what I want you to do is to start to be a proof seeker. Start to find the ways. That's your challenge. Another little bit of homework for you is to start to document and prove all the ways that you are already abundant. And so, even this training, I hope, will help you feel abundant. And so be sure to celebrate that and take it out and look at it again and start logging your abundance every day. Yes, Tanya, absolutely. If you realized how powerful your thoughts are, you would never think a negative thought again. It is so true because it's creating your life, that negativity. Okay. So I just want you to spend some time jotting down, there's lots of tricks that you can do, setting your alarm, forcing yourself. You have to force yourself to create this. You don't have to force yourself. You can actually build statements about and get it with your words, the habit of counting your abundance. So again, the only way you can become more abundant is to send the vibration of abundance. So, here's this little slide right here. I get what I vibrate. Really, I could have just done the whole training and just given you those 5 words, because that's really the truth, is that you get what you vibrate. You don't always get what you want, but you always get what you vibrate. Somebody has abundance at the office now. I think I may actually have that. In fact, I know I do. So listen, I want to share with you just a couple of more things because I want to let you know how you can reach me, and if you want more training on law of attraction and some of the other things that places you can find me. Yes, we do block ourselves when we feel uncomfortable celebrating ourselves. Rachel, that's so true. So you know what? Here's what I'm just going to ask you to consider is, what's up with that? Like, where is that discomfort coming from? Because I'm going to tell you that it's a feeling, yeah, right? That's what we're talking about, this discomfort. But it's coming up from the past, from somewhere. Like it's not even real. It's just like in the money game, you know, some of these things, these messages that we get about, oh, I can't celebrate myself. I can't celebrate that thing. You know, that is a feeling that's coming up from a place of, probably a place of not healing, you know, spiritual and personal healing. Don't want to go into a lot of that. That's what we do some of in the deeper coaching that we do. But let me just, let me run here quick, and I'll tell you that what I do is I train on a 3-step formula, okay? And the first step is just identifying what you want. Is there something funny about these little slides? I don't know. I see some little markings on them. I'm not sure what that's about. So identifying, you know, here's something I'm going to tell you, is that most people, and this goes back to don't, not, and know, the 3 words that I'm wanting you to ban from your vocabulary. Most people know what they don't want. Oh, they'll tell you all about what they don't want, but they don't often know what they do want. They don't have clarity. And so identifying what you want is absolutely critical. Also, give it your attention. This is what we're talking about, the law of attraction, what it is, what it means, and how you can attract more is just to put your focus, your attention, and your energy on it, right? We talked about that being the definition. And then finally, allow it to happen. Allow it to happen. Now, the biggest issue is most people don't know how to allow it. And that really requires, you know, just certain things that we talk about and work through during some of the deeper training that I offer. But that's what we do. I have, if you guys want to see this presentation again, just on video, I have the whole thing on video. You can go to loafree.rhondaboyle.com. And then I do offer a deeper training on this, and I have a course, loacourse.rhondaboyle.com, and feel free to look at those things and see whether or not that is something that would be, you know, that you are ready to work on. Thanks, Sunshine. I appreciate that. And then loacourse.rhondaboyle.com is the second one. And then let's see, one more thing. You can join us on Facebook. I have a group called LOA Hack, Law of Attraction Hack, because I am very interested in helping people understand how their mind works, how their minds work, because it is really, you know, your mind is wired. They have done so much evidence. They have so much evidence now about the mind and how it works. In fact, the Spend the Money game is actually based off of neuroscience. And so that's what the hack is of Law of Attraction Hack, because it's really neuroscience. It's just a different word. You know, it's so funny. We say different words, use different words to mean the same thing oftentimes. Hang on, let me see here. So here's the question you guys get to ask yourself. What do you want? What do you want? Because that's what you want to focus on. What do you want from a, I know that your this month that it's on, your focus is on sharing. What do you want with, in sharing with these oils? How does that, what does that look like for you? What do you want in your business? Who do you want in your business? What do they look like? What do you want? Focus there. That's where you want to focus. You don't want to be focusing on what's not working in your business, except to identify what you do want. All right. Yes, Dawn, the money game was intense. I'm not sure. I think many of those of you here played the Spend $1 Million game, which was our first game. And we had so many people drop out. I'm going to stop the share here so I can come back to you guys. let's see, did I do that right? I think I did. So yeah, some of you played the Spend $1 Million game, which was a very intense 30-day game, and we've changed it because we had so many people dropping out. They just could not deal with, you know, with that much money. So anyway, it's all interesting how, you know, how your mind works and how law of attraction, you know, the way I look at it is that it still has this mysterious overtone because it can't yet be measured. But there are some amazing things happening in science today that are, Shauna, that's amazing. In fact, let's talk about that. I want to hear what you guys want to attract. Pop it into the chat box real quick because I want to just look at your language, and that way we can, you know, see if you are, you know, if there may be something that's blocking you, because you want to be able to Mary wants positive business builders. And yes, is it Aquila? She wants to attract people ready to live their best lives. Yes, yes. So there are ways that you guys are going to want to get more specific on some of your focus of what exactly you want. You're going to want to go a lot more near. Here, let me give you an example. A lot of people want financial freedom. So, like, what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? You got to know what it means. You definitely know what it doesn't mean. You know what financial freedom does not mean, correct? Now you get to switch and say, so what do I want? And focus on what financial freedom means to you. Does it mean a certain amount of money in the bank? Does it mean certain stuff that you want? Brenda wants to attract people that are ready for the oils in their lives. Yes, love that. Dylan says, attract people ready to share with many and change others' lives. Yes. You want self-starters. You want people who are eager. Okay? So listen, I'm going to give you one last trick. I know we're over, and are we okay, Shauna? Can I give everyone one last trick? Okay, good. I'm going to actually, I have Holy Ghost bumps because I know I'm called to do this, okay, with you guys. So I'm going to give you a starter. I'm going to type the message in. I'm going to give you the start of a vision statement, all right? So let me see. And this is how I think, like on the spot, guys. So I'm in the process of attracting and allowing. Okay, everybody start there. I want you to write that on your paper. I'm in the process of attracting and allowing. And then you can fill in the blank, right, with whatever it is that you want. But right now, you're in the process of attracting and allowing your ideal team. How does everybody like that? Everybody want to work on that? Let's work on this one thing. I'm in the process of attracting and allowing my ideal team. You're going to put it in the first person, my. And then I want you to put this starter in there. I love the idea of. Okay, I love the idea of. I love the idea of my team, my teammates being highly self-motivated. Do you love the idea of that? Now, let me tell you how you would trip your brain up if you said, I have built my ideal team. You know how they teach you to do affirmations and they have you, I have a millionaire mind. Is that like the hokiest thing you ever heard? That doesn't mean anything to me, you know, because it doesn't ring true for me. So here's how you know if an affirmation rings true for you is you will, or let me rephrase. If an affirmation rings false for you, you will physically feel it in your body. It's like, oh, no, that's not true. So it's being sensitive. But anyway, I love the idea of. So what do you love the idea of your team? They're self-starters. They are ready to share their lives and their business. They are ready to be loyal, frequent users of oil. I need to make that clear, maybe. So what do you love the idea of for your business? How about this one? I like thinking about my team. I like thinking about my team going diamond. I know some of you are already diamond. Okay? I love the idea of my team loving life and taking care of themselves with Young Living products, Shauna. Perfect. Yes. I like thinking about my ideal team, and I love the idea of my perfect oily family that loves to share and help peeps. And I love the idea of being my own boss and my family being financially free. That doesn't mean anything. Financially free doesn't mean anything to your mind, right? Do you understand? So I love the idea of my family being financially abundant is a better term than financially free. And living life like I want because I'm diamond. Yes. I love the idea of being I love that, Dawn. Excellent. 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 I like thinking about my team leaders vacationing together at the beach. How fun is that? I'm in the process of attracting team members that will grow and want to be business builders and love sharing the oils. I love the thought of them being RCD and blessing others. I don't know what RCD is. Royal Club Diamond. No, Royal, is that it? Royal something diamond. Royal Crown. Oh, I love a crown. I do love a crown. Okay, I love that the idea that my team all works for a common goal of sharing health and wellness in the world and becoming financially free. Okay, take out your no bills because you're going to get some bills, Wendy. You're getting some bills. See how tricky this is? And financially free doesn't mean anything. Remember, yes, financially abundant. Yes, no bills, no bills. So let's see, how can we reword that? I love the idea that my team all works for a common goal of sharing health and wellness with the world and becoming financially abundant. Scrap the no bills. And be able to buy without boundaries. Okay, so just take that whole phrase out with no bills. Just take it out. Yes, got it. Good, 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 good. You see, words matter. Now, y'all that have played the money game, you get that now, right? They really do matter. So I hope that you can, if you go to my website, there's a blog post. Maybe somebody can pop this in. I think it's something to do with affirmations. It's really RhondaBoyle.com, and it's called Bridge Phrases. It talks about affirmations. And I love the idea of going to Monte Carlo and blowing the bank, baby. Hey, you are going to Monte Carlo, aren't you? In a minute, or either you just got back. I've been following, Mary. I've been paying attention. But yeah, isn't that fun? See, you start building those things into your life. But go and look at that blog post if you want, because it gives you some other bridge phrases that keep your mind going in the correct direction. The first thought you said blow up the bank. That's hilarious. You know what? Let me tell y'all, your mind, this is just what they know from neuroscience. Your subconscious mind is literal. It does not know some of like when I say financial freedom, it doesn't really mean anything. Okay, so Miranda, I love the idea of going diamond and being financially worry-free. Okay, so I want you to rephrase the second part. And the reason I say that, even though you didn't say don't, not, and no, you added worry free and worry in there. Okay, so you just focused on worry. The name of the blog is just rhondaboyle.com. rhondaboyle.com, and you're looking relaxed. Are you looking relaxed? I love the idea of my team sharing the oils with others and blessing others. I like thinking about us all being diamond and living abundantly in all ways. I really love the idea of taking my whole team to Utah to Sunshine's RCD party. Yes, Miranda, financially abundant. Absolutely. I don't know what that little sign is, Shauna. I think you're saying something, or you're, let's party in Utah. Party. I'm your woo girl. I like the party. Oh, it's a face. Okay. Financially abundant. Yes. And the reason you like the word financially abundant, Sunshine, is because it's feeling based. You understand the difference? You know, I could say all day long, I love the idea of being, you know, of having tons of money, and that means absolutely nothing to me. Now, I can build money in, but it's really not, nobody wants money. Y'all know that? Have y'all figured that out yet? Nobody wants money. What you want is the things you can get from money. Yes, you want experiences, you want development and learning, and you want memories, yes, and you want ways to serve. That's what you really want in life, not money. So the more, you know, you guys have worked on your why. How can you be negative with a name like Sunshine? I mean, I got windy. That's hilarious. We want to help others, yes. I want the blessing to be abundant in faith, love, and freedom. I love that. You guys are hilarious. So yeah, I think I lost my train of thought there because I was having so much fun with you guys. But yes, exactly. You want experiences. You want memories. Oh, this is what I was going to ask you. I know that you guys have done some work on your why, your big why. So if you've got money in there, it's probably not identifying with your mind. Okay? So it's the things and the experiences, and it's really not even things. The only reason it's things, it's because of the experiences you get with the things. You know what I'm saying? So it's always about the feeling. If you can narrow down your why to the feeling. Some of you want to pay for college for your kids, right? Why? So they won't be in debt. No. Why? What's the feeling behind that? It's the people you love. Yes, it's the people you love. It's the satisfaction of knowing that you've launched your kid, you know, into the world, into the best college you can fund. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you want him to start off in abundance. Yes. You don't want him to have the degree. You want him to have the life that he's going to get from the degree. Do you understand? So when you can start to really think about things in ways of what you want beyond the money, you know, it's beyond the money, the opportunity. It takes practice. And who has positive? Wendy has positivity. Good. I love that. Well, and I'll be talking to y'all about that, I guess, in November. We're gonna do more training. So I'm so happy to have been here. Please, questions. I'm here. I'm good. Whatever y'all want. Y'all know I'm like charged up now. I'm not gonna sleep tonight because I got to go spend some money with the money game. Anyway, I would, if y'all have questions or anything, any confusion, anything, reach out. Yes, I'm so happy. Shauna, are you going to come back?
I'm here right now. So if you have a question, if you want to put it in the box, fine. But if you want to just open up for voice and ask her any questions, that'd be great too.
Mary, I want to go for sure.
You guys would get
Mary might take me as her guest. Hey, Allie.
I say that Sunshine and I need to hit RCD the same time.
Yes.
so that we can have a humongous party. This isn't going to be no little party. This is going to be humongous.
So this is where you get to use your mind to support and help you by thinking, shifting. What do you want? Whenever you find yourself focused or saying don't, not, no, focused on the negative, focusing on what you don't have, what do you want? It automatically switches your brain off. Even if it's just for a millisecond, it cannot not. And yes, I use the word not. Anyway, I'm so excited. So happy to be here with y'all.
Rhonda, we love you. Thank you so
Yeah,
much
thank
for
you.
filling our heads with goodness.
You're welcome.
So I have a
welcome.
little something to say, and
Yes,
that
ma'am.
is, you guys, I just want to really express my gratitude, number one, for you, Rhonda. You always help people think a new thought, and I appreciate that, because that's just getting our brains going.
Yes.
So, and also, if you find that you are stuck and you need more than what this Claim Your Harvest is doing, it's important to invest in yourself. And so Rhonda is a worthy place to send your money and get some assistance personally, because she
thank you.
will help you work through these things. The allow it to happen that she brought up, sometimes that's really, that's like walking through quicksand trying to figure all that out. And if you have a helping hand, somebody walking you through that, it just makes it easier. I'm reading a book right now that said, you can do this on your own and it may take a while, but if you get some help, that's the easy ticket. So
For sure.
having somebody to help you along, Rhonda would be a worthy investment for sure for you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, you're a blessing.
Thanks.
So next week we are going to be talking about paradigm shifts, and yours truly is the one that's going to be speaking. So I'm just going to bring some truth to you. Hopefully it'll improve your life if you implement it, just like tonight. If you implement this stuff, it will make a radical change in your life. A lot of this, you think it may not have anything to do with your business, but it's improving your life step by step. And that is what will make you have a successful business, a successful marriage, whatever it is that you're looking for. It will bring you success when you start investing in yourself in these ways. So, you have anything else, Shauna?
I want to share for just a second, at least for my team, and Sunshine can decide for hers. But if I see the words don't, no, or not coming over on a text or on our Facebook, just know, with love, just like Rhonda was sharing tonight, I'm going to ask you to reword it, or I may give you some suggestions, but we're going to work together. You guys get to do the same for me. I'm giving you permission. If I put in there, don't do this, you're going to say, Shauna, what do you want? Okay, Rhonda.
Yay.
We need accountability, and that's one thing that Sunshine and I, why we work so well together and have put this on together, is because we need that from each other. If we are constantly around people that are saying no, not don't, we're going to find that we're saying no, not don't, because that's what's going in our head. So we want to be that accountability for each other to help each other figure it out what it is we want, start speaking out what we want so that we can have what we want. All right?
So Brooke has a question real quick for you, Rhonda.
Yes, I see that. I see that. Incorporate believing in God's divine guidance with law of attraction. So for me, it's seamless. It is. I mean, that's really, it is us co-creating. I really believe that we are made in the image and likeness of God. And the root word of imagination is image. And so by focusing on what you want, you're using the imagination, you're using your God-given built-in gift to create from. Does that help you, Brooke? Mm-hmm. Yes. It really is. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. And St. Paul tells us to focus on what to focus on, right? Help me out here. Who can give me that verse about focusing on what is good? What is
yes.
holy, what is,
Philippians
yes,
4.
love and truth. All of this.
Right.
That's what you're focusing. You're shifting. What do you want? Yes, goodness, kindness, all of these things we're told to focus on, and that's what you're doing. You're focusing on, to me, God has given us these, this world to play in, and, the things that you want are laid on your heart. And that's why I keep pointing you towards how you feel. Because this is where it's mind, body, and soul all in union that brings forth what you want.
Right.
Mind, body, and soul wants coffee in the morning. I'm just saying. And I'm serious. At night when you set your alarm for 6 a.m., you intend to have coffee, don't you? Those of you who drink coffee, I don't know, y'all might be putting drops of something in your tea. I'm still having coffee.
We all have something we're wanting, though. It may not all be coffee, but everyone has something they're wanting this morning.
So wants and desires are, to me, they're God-given. Obviously, if they're holy and of integrity and honor and truth and goodness, if you want something that's bad, then that obviously is not of. So anyway, I hope that's who is the other the author? Dr.
Carolyn Leaf.
Yes, she has so much scripture in her work. So I would just encourage you, Brooke, to take a look at that. And listen, I will be the first. I'm just going to tell you flat out that when I first discovered law of attraction, I thought those people had fallen off the watermelon truck. I was like L-E-A-F, Brooke. I thought they were crazy. They were doing kind of weird stuff. And so I was away from that for a long, long time until I found a system that I could put what made sense to me, because you guys know these weird things, things come out of the blue. Well, it's because you're thinking about them. It's like, you get served up. Well, is this what you want? Or was this what you want? You get options. It's like, no, that's not what I wanted. Instead of, wow, thanks, almost right. And then going back to the drawing board for what you're imagining and for what you want. Yes, switching on the brain. So you do have to be careful with some of the people that you pay attention to in law of attraction. I will not lie to you.
And I have a couple of things to add too. One, I always get them mixed up. I don't know if it was Elisha or Elijah, but one of them, as you can read in the Bible, it talks about how he came upon some boys that were making fun of him. And he turned around and he cursed them, and a bear came and attacked them. Jesus spoke to a fig tree, and the fig tree died. And then also, death and life are in the power of the tongue. Whatever you ask for in prayer, you will receive if you have faith. And it just goes on and on. As a man thinketh, so is he.
Absolutely.
And, and then I also think of young lions go lacking and hungry, but those who seek the Lord lack no good thing. So there's all kinds. Jesus came. His whole thing was to come so we might have life and have it more abundantly. It's all through the Bible. We are programmed to be in lack. We are programmed to be poor. It's righteous to be poor. All that stuff has been spoken over to us. That is not biblical. It just is not biblical. So just continue. I would pray that you see everything that's true in the Bible the way it's supposed to be, rather than the programming that we see. We see through all this programming. So that's my 2 cents on all that.
Yeah. Let me share for just a second. So what she was saying about, that's our belief system. And I'm telling you, when you start reading the Bible after listening to what Rhonda has just shared and some of what Sunshine has shared, you will start seeing the things differently because your belief system is going to be able to start changing. And instead of seeing the negative things, you're going to start seeing the positive things. You're going to start, like she said, hearing when someone says, you know, do not do something, you're going to be like, am I supposed to do that or not do that? Like before you just didn't even think about it. And now it's going to come to mind. Same thing when you're reading the Word of God. That's why they say it's the living Bible. Every time that you begin to start learning things and God opens up your mind when you're praying about what am I supposed to learn from this? How can I take this forward? You're going to see it a little bit differently, just like the stories that Sunshine just shared that are in the Word.
Because you grow.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I love that Philippians 4:8. That's exactly what it is. It's switching your mind. What do you want? I want what is true, what is honorable, what is right, what is pure, what is lovely, what is admirable. Those are the things you want.
Yeah.
You want a life that is full of that. So that's where you focus, but you've got to start to recognize your mind. And here's the thing is that your mind your subconscious mind talks to you through your body or through your, if you can't hear the words, you will physically feel it. Your mind, body, and soul. So that's where you get to start really paying attention, right? So thank you. I'm just so happy to be here with y'all and to share this and talk about what an amazing gift that we've been given. This is how I look at it. These are gifts. So.
Well, we appreciate you, Rhonda. Thank you so much. And like she said, she'll be back in November. As long as it works out when her daughter is having a baby. So if you guys see that we're like, hey, Rhonda's going to be on this week. And then we're like, hey, Rhonda will be back another week. She's helping her daughter with having a baby.
She's due the 15th of November.
Yay.
So I think we have it on the 3rd or 4th, or I don't remember. I'll have to look.
All right. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate your time. You're an amazing woman.
You're welcome. I'm going to pop off and you guys can do what you need to do to finish.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
See ya.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, everybody. Same bat time, same bat channel next week, next Tuesday at 8 p.m. So like we said at the beginning of this, we are going to be using this link for the rest of the time with the exception of the Gary Cox 2-hour special. We will have a different one because we're inviting some other people onto that call, and then we will get off of that call and immediately have a 1-hour special time with just us and Gary. All right, have a good evening. Make every day count. Bye.
Thank you, guys. Bye.